Why are MSC Cruises so cheap? 13 mind-blowing secrets revealed. Ever see an MSC cruise deal and think, wait, is this a typo? 7 nights, balcony room, drinks, and Wi-Fi included, all for less than your last panic-fueled Target run? You're not hallucinating. MSC has become the ocean's greatest mystery since the Bermuda Triangle started eating ships for breakfast. Their vessels look like floating Kardashian mansions, but the prices? They're cheaper than that sketchy motel where the ice machine doubles as a crime scene and the complimentary breakfast is just sadness with a side of stale bagels. So what's the real deal here? Are you secretly signing up to scrub toilets between buffet visits? Are the lifeboats actually pool noodles duct taped together? No, there's a method to this madness and it's way more devious than you think. Today we're exposing 12 jaw-dropping secrets behind those how is this legal prices. From business schemes so sneaky they'd make Ocean's 11 blush to cost-cutting so slick you need binoculars to spot them. And trust me, secret number 12 will blow your mind harder than that time you realized the high-end sunglasses you bought in port were actually plastic with a designer sticker slapped on. Let's dive in before someone makes this video walk the planks. Secret number 1, they have no shareholders. MSC doesn't have shareholders breathing down their neck like a helicopter mom during finals week. This is the ninja-level stealth reason their prices stay so low and most cruisers are too busy at the buffet to notice. While Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian are doing the Wall Street tango, MSC is over here like stock market, never heard of her. Instead, they're owned by one powerful family, the Apontes, who run this ship show, literally, like your friend's dad who owns the cool pizza place and lets you have extra toppings. No quarterly reports, no investor meltdowns, no, but our stakeholders need another yacht drama. And here's why that matters more than finding the hot tub with the fewest children in it. Public cruise lines are obsessed with profits like teenagers with TikTok followers. If their numbers dip even slightly, their stock tanks faster than that guy who had 6 pina coladas before the mandatory lifeboat drill. This explains why other lines change their loyalty programs more often than you change your underwear on vacation and raise prices like they're playing how much will people actually pay for a mojito. MSC doesn't play that game. They're playing 4D chess while everyone else is still figuring out checkers. They're so aggressive about snatching customers, they'll even honor your loyalty tier from other cruise lines just to get you to switch. It's like dating someone who says, I'll treat you better than your ex ever did, and I'll prove it. Think of it this way. Carnival is basically a giant bank with a fun nautical theme, answering to thousands of suits. MSC? That's your rich friend's family business where the only people they need to impress is you. And maybe the Italian Coast Guard. And when you're hunting for a deal better than the clearance rack at TJ Maxx, that difference is everything. Secret number 2, the floating money trap that'll make your wallet cry. Welcome aboard the Floating Temptation Mall, people. You scored that killer deal, maybe $60 a night, balcony included, and you're strutting around like you just outsmarted Wall Street. But wait, the real game is just beginning. MSC isn't offering a vacation. They're offering a masterclass in separating you from your money. Fancy a cappuccino? Cha-ching! Want to watch a 4D movie where your chair vibrates like it's possessed by caffeine demons? Cha-ching! Prime seat for tonight's show that's basically just people in sparkly outfits doing jazz hands? Cha-ching! But here's the genius part that'll make your bank account sob uncontrollably. It never feels like you're being robbed. It feels like you're treating yourself. After years of adult responsibilities and pretending to care about your coworkers' cat pictures, suddenly you're thinking, you know what? I deserve that $22 facial where they just spray water on me and call it rejuvenation. MSC knows exactly who you are. Retirees with newfound freedom and forgotten budgeting skills. Parents celebrating their empty nest by emptying their savings. Or bargain hunters who paradoxically can't resist a good splurge. The ship is basically an adult theme park where instead of height requirements, there's just a minimum credit limit. They dangle those extras like catnip for humans with credit cards. And just like that cat that can't stop batting at the dangling toy, you'll walk away with something shiny and a mysterious charge on your statement. But hey, no judgment. Actually, all the judgment. You fell for it. We all did. Secret number 3, their global shipping empire. Plot twist. MSC isn't just a cruise line. It's actually the side hustle of a shipping empire so massive, it makes Jeff Bezos look like he's running a lemonade stand. The full name, Mediterranean Shipping Company. And while you're taking selfies by their infinity pools, remember, those floating resorts are just their cute little weekend project. Their real business, moving mountains of of cargo across every ocean on Earth like the world's biggest Tetris game. We're talking hundreds of container ships, freight trains, ports they straight up own, hauling everything from the iPhone you're reading this on to the bananas in your breakfast cereal. They're basically the Amazon Prime of the high seas, but with fewer cardboard boxes and more seagulls. Here's the genius part that'll make you spit out your complimentary welcome drink. Those shipping profits subsidize your cruise, while other lines are desperately trying to sell you $19 bingo cards and overpriced shore excursions where you'll see exactly 3 turtles for $89. MSC's already stacking billions elsewhere. It's like when a billionaire opens a restaurant just for fun. They don't care if the burger loses money because they've got oil wells paying the bills. MSC's cargo division is their oil well, and you're just the lucky duck benefiting from their maritime monopoly. So when you book that $299 Bahamas cruise that seems suspiciously cheap, you're not just getting a deal. You're basically getting a discount courtesy of all those shipping containers that are too busy working to ever take a vacation. Next time you're sipping a cocktail on deck, picture this. Somewhere in the Pacific, there's an MSC cargo ship full of sneakers and flat-screen TVs making your cheap vacation possible. That's the dirty little secret they don't mention in the brochure. Your budget cruise isn't really budget at all. You're just not the one paying full price. The shipping containers are, and they don't even get a free drink package. Pour one out for the containers, folks. Secret number 4, the onboard upsell strategy, where your wallet goes on vacation but never comes back. MSC's jaw-droppingly cheap base fare isn't a deal, it's bait. It's the financial equivalent of "come into my parlor," said the spider to the fly. A $60 a night cruise with free food sounds like you've cracked the vacation code better than National Treasure's Nicolas Cage. But once you're trapped at sea with nowhere to swim but toward your credit card debt, the real revenue engine kicks in with all the subtlety of a foghorn at 5 a.m. Think of it like entering a theme park for pocket change, only to find every ride costs extra. Want a bowl for your soup? $12. Craving a decent steak instead of the mystery meat at the buffet? That'll be $39, peasant. Some passengers even claim they were charged for asking the pool attendant for a dry towel. Next time, just air dry, like God intended.
And don't get comfy because nothing on these ships is accidental. That crystal staircase atrium, it's not just Instagrammable, it's a psychological gateway to the jewelry shop that makes you think, well, I am saving so much on this cruise. The gelato stand by the pool, diabolically placed for maximum sure, why not impulse purchases. The bowling alley next to the bar? Not a coincidence, bowl 3 strikes after 3 margaritas and suddenly buying that $300 watch seems reasonable. Every corridor is a masterclass in monetization that would make a Las Vegas casino blush. Here's how the game works. You board feeling like a financial genius for scoring a $499 deal, smugly judging everyone who paid full price. But by day 3, you've swiped your cruise card more times than a desperate single on dating apps. $29 mixology class? I'll be a bartender when I get home. $19 sushi lesson? It's cultural. $12 premium coffee accidentally charged 3 times a day? Oops, but I need my caffeine. MSC isn't selling cruises, they're selling temptation disguised as luxury, and we're all falling for it like we've never seen a credit card statement before. Even the ship's layout is a spending funnel designed by evil geniuses. Want to get from your cabin to dinner? You'll pass the casino, the duty-free store, 2 bars, and a pop-up art auction selling rare prints that mysteriously appear on every single cruise. Resistance isn't just futile, it's expensive. And here's the kicker that kicks harder than the dancer in the evening show. It all feels optional. You could cruise without spending another dime. But once you're in vacation mode, treat yourself becomes a financial mantra chanted more frequently than, where's the bathroom? You didn't come all this way to sip tap water and skip the silent disco, right? Right? MSC knows exactly how much willpower you packed. Hint, it's less than your underwear. Their ships are floating shopping malls that smile and call themselves vacations. That $60 per night bargain turns into $200 per day faster than you can say, just this once for the 5th time today. So next time you see a cruise deal that feels too good to be true, remember, it probably is, just like those waterproof phone cases sold in port. MSC isn't just sailing you across the ocean, they're navigating your spending impulses like a GPS programmed to reach Brokeville, with stops at Buyer's Remorse Bay and Empty Wallet Island. All aboard! Secret number 5, the truth about cabin sizes. Those cabins designed by people who think Tetris is a home design app. Those jaw-dropping prices, you're literally paying for them in square footage. An MSC interior cabin averages 151 square feet. That's not a room, that's a glorified closet with a toilet. Royal Caribbean gives you 172 square feet, which is still tiny, but at least you can sneeze without hitting both walls. Try changing clothes in an MSC cabin without accidentally flushing the toilet with your elbow. Here's the math genius behind it. Smaller cabins equals more passengers, equals more suckers buying drink packages and overpriced excursions. MSC knows budget travelers care more about Instagram pics at ports than having room to do a proper lunging motion. So they shrink the rooms, drop the price, and let you discover your hidden talent for contortionism. By day 3, you'll be able to shower, brush your teeth, and change clothes simultaneously, a skill that's completely useless back in the real world. Secret number 6, using older. So old, they qualify for senior citizen discounts at movie theaters. Not every MSC vessel is a floating TikTok backdrop with robot bartenders and VR roller coasters. Some of their fleet has been sailing since NSYNC was still together. Ships like the MSC Harmonia, launched 2001, are basically the maritime equivalent of your dad's Toyota Corolla. It's got a cassette player, mysterious stains you don't ask about, and 300,000 miles on it. But dang it, it starts every time. These floating relics don't have the flashy tech or Instagram bait, but they have one massive advantage. They're paid for. No billion-dollar loans to pay off means no need to charge you $27 for a watered-down mojito. These ships are like that friend who still uses a flip phone and has no debt. Weirdly impressive in today's world. Sure, you won't find a roller coaster at sea or a robot mixing your margaritas. Though honestly, have you seen how much booze human bartenders pour when supervisors aren't looking? But you will find working elevators, pools that don't require a second mortgage to access, and that classic ocean breeze, all for half the price of those floating theme parks where you need Google Maps just to find your cabin. MSC's genius move, they know not everyone needs a ship that does backflips and serves caviar ice cream. Some travelers just want a comfy bed, decent food, and ports where your kidney can stay safely inside your body instead of being sold to pay for excursions. So while other lines are obsessing over who's got the biggest water slide, MSC's older ships keep delivering the basics while your wallet remains gloriously intact. Secret number 7, experiences, tiers explained. Or as I like to call it, how to make you pay extra for things that should be free, the musical. MSC doesn't just sell cabins, they sell experiences. It's like going to a restaurant where sitting at a table costs extra and using a fork is a premium upgrade. Bella tier, that's Italian for, you can't choose when to eat dinner, peasant. Want breakfast delivered to your bed? Upgrade to Fantastica, which is Italian for, we'll let you have what other cruise lines include for free. The tiers go from Bella, basic, Fantastica, slightly less basic, Aria, fancy-ish, all the way to the Yacht Club, which is basically saying, I'm too good to vacation with the unwashed masses. The Yacht Club is like a VIP nightclub at sea, except instead of spending $300 on bottle service, you're spending $3,000 to avoid making eye contact with people who bought the Bella package. And here's the real genius. By the time you've clicked through all these personalization options, you've spent an extra $300 and you're thanking them for the privilege. It's like getting pickpocketed and then giving the thief a 5-star Yelp review because they were so efficient. MSC didn't invent cruise class systems, but they've perfected the art of making you pay more for basic things while convincing you it was your brilliant idea all along. It's not a cruise, it's a masterclass in how to make people happy about being upcharged at 20 knots. Secret number 8, the Mediterranean menu cost saver, aka why can't I find ranch dressing? MSC's secret weapon isn't just about what they serve, it's about what they don't serve. Forget 24/7 burger bars and midnight chocolate buffets. This is Italian cruising, honey, not your local Golden Corral. While American cruise lines are serving plates that look like a Pinterest fail of cheese-covered everything, MSC's kitchens are whipping up handmade pastas and wood-fired pizzas. Here's the cost-saving magic. Mediterranean food is naturally cheaper to produce. Olive oil versus 8 gallons of barbecue sauce, fresh herbs versus processed cheese that glows in the dark, and that all-day pizza station, it's not just delicious, it's financial genius. But fair warning, this is the most divisive part of MSC. If your idea of fine dining involves chickens shaped like dinosaurs, you're in for a cultural awakening that'll have you texting SOS send ketchup to everyone back home. Some passengers call the food authentic and delicious, while others call it
where's the ranch dressing? I'm having a panic attack!
You'll find plenty of espresso and gelato, but good luck finding a Cinnabon. No midnight buffets mean less waste and fewer passengers trying to squeeze into elevators that definitely weren't designed for post-buffet Americans. So while other cruise lines are dumping literal tons of uneaten fries into the ocean, sorry fishies, MSC's serving up focaccia and saving money that goes straight to your discount. It's not cutting corners, it's cutting carbs. Your wallet and your waistline say grazie. Secret number 9, the thin margins domination plan, or as business professors call it, the Walmart but make it floating approach. MSC isn't just selling cheap cruises, they're executing a ruthless long-term strategy that has other cruise executives crying into their martinis. This isn't discounting, this is domination. While competitors are nickel and diming passengers for everything short of bathroom access, MSC's playing the opposite game. It's like watching a chess master while everyone else is playing Connect 4 with missing pieces. They're using the same strategy Japanese automakers use to enter the US market. Here's a car that doesn't break down every Tuesday, and oh look, it's half the price. MSC will happily make margins thinner than the toilet paper in your cabin if it means you'll be back with your entire extended family next time. Their aggressive US expansion isn't about quick profits. It's about flooding the market with deals so irresistible that MSC becomes the first 3 letters you type into Google when thinking vacation. They're not trying to win your cruise booking. They're trying to rewire your vacation brain. Because once your first thought is check MSC deals instead of check Carnival deals, they've basically won cruising forever. Even if it takes 10 bookings to really cash in. It's like dating someone who loses money on every date but plans to make it up when you get married. Secret number 10, dominating the shipbuilding process, where MSC doesn't just buy cruise ships, they basically own the entire shipyard game. While other cruise lines are submitting order forms like regular customers, MSC rolls up with contracts so massive they need their own zip code. They don't technically own the shipyards, but when you place multi-billion-dollar orders for entire classes of ships at once, you might as well have your name on the building. Their partnerships with Fincantieri in Italy and Chantiers de l'Atlantique in France give them negotiating power that makes the Godfather look like a friendly suggestion. This means no arguing with contractors, no delays from third-party builders with creative differences, just pure unfiltered efficiency that shaves millions off each new ship. While competitors are debating whether passengers would prefer a rock climbing wall or a sushi bar, spoiler, they want both and a discount, MSC has already built 3 more ships, each designed specifically to separate you from your money while you thank them for the privilege. The result? They build faster, cheaper, and smarter. Other cruise lines order from a menu. MSC bought the whole restaurant, fired the chef, and somehow we're all cheering about it because look how shiny. One day in Naples, poof, half the ship vanishes. Next day in Genoa, surprise! Here comes a fresh batch of confused tourists clutching maps and duty-free shopping bags. This chaotic human shuffle isn't a scheduling disaster. It's MSC's most diabolical business tactic. While North American cruises do the boring old get on, sail around, get off where you started routine, MSC operates like a floating Uber with multiple pickup points. They're selling tickets from Rome to Marseille, Genoa to Barcelona, all on the same floating party bus. The second a cabin is emptied by a departing Spanish family who've left behind only mysterious stains and an empty bottle of sangria, it's immediately filled by an Italian family who've brought enough cologne to fumigate the entire deck. It's like watching the world's most efficient game of maritime musical chairs. Why does this make your cruise cheap? Because they never have empty cabins. While other cruise lines sail around with 10% vacancy like some floating ghost hotel, MSC's ships are more packed than your grandma's freezer before Thanksgiving. It's less of a cruise and more of a perfectly optimized human Tetris game. That constant flow of people means a constant flow of cash. Or as I like to call it, cruise line roulette. Will anyone notice I'm dying of thirst edition? Ever had a cabin steward treat you like visiting royalty, then stood at the pool bar waving your arms like you're directing emergency aircraft landings just to get a watered-down pina colada? That whiplash-inducing service contrast isn't a weird coincidence. 5-star American-style service, you know, the kind where everyone's smiling so hard you worry their faces might crack, and they remember not just your drink preference but your dog's birthday, is expensive. It requires actual training, decent wages, and fewer passengers per crew member. MSC's brilliant cost-cutting solution? The customer service lottery. Their crew keeps the ship from sinking, important, and cabins from becoming biohazards, equally important. But they're not spending millions teaching staff to fold your towels into increasingly complex zoo animals. They're betting you'd rather save $300 than have a bartender who pretends to care about your upcoming knee surgery. As a guest, you're basically gambling. You might get a crew member who adopts you like a lost puppy, but what's consistent is your wallet staying pleasantly plump. You're not paying for luxury level pampering, you're paying for a floating hotel that probably won't sink. Before we get to the last and most important reason, if you've learned anything new in this video or if you're suddenly rethinking your entire cruise existence, do me a favor and smash that like button until your finger hurts, and subscribe faster than an MSC crew member disappears when you need more towels. Secret number 13, the big reveal. You, my budget-conscious friend, are the strategy. Plot twist, you're not just getting a deal, you are the deal. You're the secret ingredient in MSC's recipe for world cruise domination. They don't just want to be another fancy cruise line with overpriced drinks and mediocre Broadway knockoffs. They want to be the one you simply can't resist, the one that makes you say, we could sail with Royal or Carnival, or we could get basically the same floating experience for the price of a large pizza per day. That irresistible base price, every clever upsell, and every sparkly staircase covered in Swarovski crystals that you will take 47 selfies on is part of their master plan to make you feel like a financial genius, even when you end up spending more on drink packages than your monthly car payment.